What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, another Mario Galaxy movie video. The Mario Galaxy movie is right around the corner, and today we are going to be predicting the Mario Galaxy movie post-credit scene. So yeah, I know, pretty interesting video that I feel like I haven't seen much talk of, minus content I will not share, obviously, on this channel, but it's pretty vague. Like, okay, we don't know for sure if there's gonna be a post-credit scene, unless Illumination confirms it, of course, but I feel like it's almost like guaranteed, considering it happened with the last movie. It'll probably happen again with this movie. I'm using, like, I don't know, there's always a thing whether if there's post-credit scenes that really tease anything in the future. Sometimes they don't even do that, but in Mario's case, and I'm gonna bring up Sonic movies into this conversation as well. They did this 3 movies in a row. I'm using Sonic as a reference because that's like the only other modern types of movies I see, like, post-credits, you know, tease characters, you know? So I think the Mario Galaxy movie is probably going to do the same story. So, get it? So today, we're going to be talking about the post-credits, what I think will be the post-credits tease. There's 2 possible candidates I can see. Maybe they'll do more than one. Regardless, we'll talk about that in a bit. So, yeah, I'm also going to try a different structure with this kind of video, predicting stuff. So hopefully it will be a little interesting, but we'll see, I guess. Let's just go on and get started. One of the big speculated characters during the Mario Galaxy movie, like, hype and, like, leaks, for better and worse, has been Wario. Wario has been one of the most talked about characters to get in this movie, and judging by, like, marketing and stuff, we're probably not gonna see him at all during the story. And really, I think him being in the movie, like, now during the story, some people always liked. I made a video talking about if Wario can even work in the movie, and I'm glad that the video aged well, to be honest. But I don't know. I love Wario. He's my favorite of the 4 hat dudes of Mario. I would love to see him in the Galaxy movie, but I don't know. I just feel like it's not likely now, and it's not really the fact of, oh, he's never been in Mario Galaxy. I think that argument was kind of dumb when we have worked in the Galaxy movie. So, like, it didn't matter about that. It just depends how he would work in the story, basically. And sure, maybe he'll make things a little too many characters to work with, and we're already seeing conversations like Rosalina, basically. So yeah, I think it would just kind of be worse, if anything. So yeah, but I will say, for the post-credits, this is my most wanted character for the post-credit scene, minus a certain other we'll talk about in a little bit. What are the chances of Wario? I feel like Nintendo has to start using Wario again, honestly, because Wario has always been one of those characters. Like, Nintendo still was consistent with him, but sometimes I don't know, it's just, sometimes they haven't released a new Wario Land in a long time, at least hopefully the time this recording, I don't know, time this recording, maybe. They haven't released a new Wario Land, and they haven't really, I don't know, Wario's always been in this weird limbo of a character, whether if he gets in major things or not, minus WarioWare. So yeah, but hopefully this time, considering that there's also was talk from Chris Pratt about wanting Wario in like a Mario movie universe, I feel like he probably has a good chance to be a post-credit scene and tease the next movie, honestly. I don't think he would be the villain, but he will be a tease, you know? And I'm also going to throw in Waluigi into this conversation, because while I love Wario, but Waluigi is also, like, it depends if they're going to use him. He's always in this, it's a fortunate tradition, Wario gets something big, Waluigi's left in the sidelines, and that's because he hasn't been in the main game. And now, I don't know if that matters, but I have to be realistic here, because I know there's been way more obscure characters than Waluigi in this film, but Nintendo hasn't really used Waluigi like that, so it's just hard to say if they're gonna use him. But hopefully he finally gets in the Mario movie because I think he really deserves it, in my opinion. But yeah, Wario, I say, has a pretty good chance, but could be overshadowed. Well, only thing going against this is another character I'm about to talk about in a bit. Alright, next character we're going to be talking about is Daisy, a character I'm not super crazy over like many others are, but I do see the appeal of Daisy. I'm not a Daisy hater, just so you know. So, yeah, but we're gonna be talking about her next. So, there's been a lot of talk. A lot of fans have been kind of annoyed. I understand that she was absent, meanwhile Rosalie is there. I do not appreciate Rosalie and Daisy arguing, by the way. That's so 2014. But I do understand. Like, I remember even predicting, I think back when my my original Mario movie sequel predictions, I probably said, yeah, Daisy's gonna be in the sequel. It just makes sense. They'll probably go in order, but no, they just put Rosalie. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I do understand the frustration. Nintendo's always flip-flopping every time when it comes to using Rosalina or Daisy. I don't know, they just can never use both in the same, like, I guess because one would feel overshadowed than the other, they just don't want to talk. I don't know, I don't think that matters, but I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, Daisy for post-credits. I'm not confident in this one, I say this. I'm not saying this as a hater. I don't know, it's just hard to say. It would make sense, considering that Daisy has been getting some push with, of course, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and sometimes including her in renders, like with marketing, and also the theme park, by the way. She has like a mascot costume, and a band. So, it would make sense for Daisy, but I don't know if it's likely, really. It's just hard to say, honestly. So, I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of like, I'm not super confident in Daisy compared to, like, someone else I'm about to talk about in a little bit, or like Wario. Like, I don't know. Wario's also a stretch. It's kind of like 50-50 with either one. If they were going to choose a Mario character to tease, it'd probably be one of these two characters. But, I don't know. Daisy's the one I'm kind of least confident about, to be honest. So, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I do think she has a fair chance. It just kind of depends if they want to show her. Now, she already has been referenced in the Mario movie universe before. Can't show it without getting a copyright strike, but yeah, it does exist. She has like an emblem somewhere in the Mushroom Kingdom, I believe. So I just feel like it's just more of a matter if they feel like it, if they will do it. I'm not super confident in Daisy compared to Wario for post credits, but it's definitely not super unlikely either. So yeah.
Have you ever wanted movies free? Download movies.
Well, I don't think this one's going to happen right now. I'll still talk about it anyway because it's a possible idea. Luigi's Mansion movie, basically. Basically, there's been talk of a Luigi's Mansion movie from like, I don't know, I think Charlie Day wants to do a Luigi's Mansion movie, and, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens sometime soon. Maybe not immediately, which is why I'm not really confident in this prediction, but I still want to bring it out there because I kind of didn't want to leave Luigi in the dust. So, I don't know, a Luigi's Mansion movie, post-credits, not super likely, honestly, but I do think a Luigi's Mansion movie will probably happen eventually. I just feel like there's a lot of material. Luigi's Mansion is like a super popular series now, and Luigi's Mansion 4 probably might happen sooner rather than later, so it's definitely not impossible to happen, but I feel like it's just more of a matter, I don't know, post-credits now, probably not the most likely one I have, as much as I would love a Luigi's Mansion movie. It would be the next option I pick, honestly, because I love Luigi's Mansion, so I would not complain over this if there's like a tease of like King Boo or something, and the Boos. Considering that, I don't think we've seen the Boos, I don't think we've seen the Boos in the Mario movie universe as of yet, so, yeah, it's kind of weird that we haven't seen any of them yet, so, oh wait, no, we saw King Boo in, like, the part where Peach was about to get married by Bowser. That was the only thing, the regular King Boo. We haven't seen, like, regular Boos, as far as I know, so, yeah, it would be pretty interesting to see. Not likely, but, man, I wouldn't be against it, you know, so, yeah. Alright, we saving the best for last. You know me very well. We are gonna hope and pray. Yes, Donkey Kong movie. So, we do know that Donkey Kong is not in the Mario Galaxy movie. Good, honestly. Pretty wild to say, and I haven't really talked about the absence of Donkey Kong because, well, I am a DK fan, so you think I'd be bummed by no DK in the Galaxy movie. Listen, DK exploring space would be sick, but I think it's probably smart that they didn't put him in there, because considering that there's already a lot going on with the Galaxy movie, and to be honest, I feel like adding Donkey Kong, you're kind of begging Rosalina and Bowser Jr. to be overshadowed, so, yeah. I think DK would just be too much of a distraction, so I think it makes more sense that they have DK for his own movie with, you know, DK references. And I don't want to stuff DK references into a Galaxy movie that makes zero sense. So, yeah. Of course, nothing makes sense, really, with Mario, but I don't know. I just prefer DK stuff in, like, his own movie at this point. Now that Nintendo has been pushing the Donkey Kong franchise now, I think a DK movie is pretty much almost, like, it's gonna happen at this point. There's already a copyright, thing from Illumination that's a Donkey Kong movie. They do this pretty often when teasing movies, so it's only a matter of when we get the Donkey Kong movie, basically. So, I've heard it could be as soon as 2028, which wouldn't be out of the question. It'd be like a 2-year gap from the first movie if it's been in development for a while, so it wouldn't be out of the question. It's far away enough from the Zelda movie that's also coming out next year, I believe, which I'm not super interested into, but I'll probably check it out of curiosity despite not being a Zelda nerd, so yeah. Now let's talk about some things that could be hinting at the DK. Well, not hinting, but the good possibility. I think the DK movie tease is more likely than any of these predictions I have, and why I think there's also a less likely reason. So the less likely reason is that they've confirmed all the voice actors who are coming back except for Seth Rogen. So maybe it wouldn't make sense if like, oh, is Seth Rogen coming back? Maybe they are using DK, or if they would rather keep it a surprise. I don't know. They've always been kind of back and forth with crediting voice actors or anything like that. And this isn't just Mario movie. This has just been more or less in general lately from what I've heard from hearing. But I don't know. That's kind of the only thing going against the DK movie not being the post credits, because they probably would have to say, oh, Seth Rogen's back. Of course, you can use someone else than not DK, but I feel like Nintendo, I feel like they would focus on DK really. But I don't know. That's the only thing. But the likely reason is that, of course, Nintendo's pushing the Donkey Kong franchise, and it would just make sense for DK to be next. It doesn't seem like there's a copyright for next movie, so it's just more of a matter of when the DK movie will happen and get announced. So, yeah. Now, how will they tease it? That's the thing. It will be at the end of the movie. It will cut to DK Island, the Kong Kingdom, I guess, and you know, all the Kongs are doing their own thing, and then you see a similar pirate ship. You see a big, fat, green, red cape, big old eye crocodile about to conquer the Kong Kingdom. That's right, guys. King K. Rool will be teased. Okay, I don't know if Nintendo's still ready to advertise King K. Rool yet, and whether this will happen or not, I don't know, but considering they've already had a couple of obscure, or, well, lesser they've already been adding MIA characters in this movie, in the Mario movie universe now, so like having King K. Rool, God, I want to imagine the reactions in theaters if they will go crazy, honestly, because sure, King K. Rool isn't like the most iconic character in the world, but if you know him well enough, like, you'll be hyped for him no matter what. It would be awesome if they tease King K. Rool to hype up for this movie. I don't know if they'll do it, to be honest. Maybe they don't want to spoil it now, but I don't know. I just hope it happens, you know? But I know some idiot online is probably going to spoil it immediately, so maybe it's not for the best. Maybe it's for the best if they don't show K. Rool. I don't know. I know to get off online, but I don't know. People always... this happened with Bonanza. People having profile pics of the character, basically, or something like that. Not saying names, but it's happened. Regardless, though, I think a Donkey Kong movie is gonna happen. Will happen for the post-credit scene. I think it's a good chance it will, and I think it's the most likely one of all of them. Do I think it's gonna happen, guaranteed? Not really. I'm gonna keep my expectations in check, but I wouldn't be surprised if they actually tease it. Considering that DK's been getting pushed, it just makes sense that they're gonna do DK movie eventually. Now, I don't know if, again, not sure if they're gonna 100% tease it here, but it would make a lot of sense if the DK movie is next. So, yeah. Alright, and I think that's all my predictions, really. So that's it. Yeah, that's all my predictions of the Mario Galaxy movie post-credits. If I had to rank by chances, I say, ranking by chances, most likely the DK movie teaser. Second would be Wario. Third would be Daisy. Fourth would be Luigi's Mansion. Sorry, Luigi. So yeah, those are the chances I have. Watch it be the Koopalings or some shit, honestly, because Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. What do you guys think will be the post-credits for the Mario Galaxy movie, if there's gonna be one? Let me know in the comments below. Later, folks.